We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Attitude Era Podcast. Y'all know what it is. We have the podcast chief in the building. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to put the ones up for that. Absolutely, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm King HP. We have the greatest heel in podcast wrestling today, the Archie Carter in the building. In the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got there's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. A lot of stuff going on. Uh, this subject probably ain't even gonna be easy to dissect. Maybe for some it is, maybe for some it's not, but it ain't good. It ain't good news. Then no matter
Well,
how you slice it, it ain't good.
for those who don't know, let them know what happened, HP.
So I guess it was over the weekend, man. There was an event, wrestling event in which Rampage Jackson's son, oh snap, we done dropped
Roger.
one.
Hey, we
Yeah,
keep
Roger
rolling.
Roger Jackson. He was at an event, and pre-event or before the match, but pre-event, there is an interaction with one of the wrestlers, Syko Stu. Uh, the interaction leads to a beer can being busted on Raja's head, right? I'm trying to say this without any type of, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just what we officially know, right? And then we can break in all that stuff. So beer can was busted on his head. The two have to be separated. Apparently, they worked something out later for Raja to be a part of the show. The show, the match is underway. Raja jumps barricade, enters the ring, slams Syko Stu to what appears to be an unconscious state. There's one slam, but it looks like he was unconscious after that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor and I wasn't in the ring. But after that, 22, 22 fists, you know what I'm saying, are, you know what I'm saying, a man hit him 22 times, bro. I mean, straight, boom, boom. It finally gets broken up by, oh man, I forgot Buddy's name, but that's the baseline, no opinion of my own of what happened, right? That that is confirmed. What up, Vinny? What up, Adam? That's the easiest way I can say it without starting to
Oh,
put
we're gonna walk through
opinions.
this frame by frame. We gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Good, good, good. Because I was like,
I'm
I don't want
on
to say
my
that.
I'm on my first 48 Detective Archie ish tonight because this was bad from start to finish.
Artifact. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody involved is responsible. Like everybody. So we gonna get there. So and
This is an
one
unfortunate event.
person involved in this that wasn't there who played a major role in this. And I'm gonna get to that too.
Yeah,
So
please do, because I'm trying to. I got to hear all this, man. It's a lot to unpack, and if you've seen the video, it's almost hard to watch a little
I
bit. You know
don't
what I'm
want to
saying?
watch
Because
that
again,
again. I don't want to
yeah,
watch
I'm
that
not
again.
gonna play it here either. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't seen it, it's up all over Twitter.
Yeah, you can't escape it. Unfortunately, it happened in the wrestling ring, and we cover wrestling, right? I saw people saying this is up there with the mass transit New Jack incident. Like this is on the Mount Rushmore of what the f happened in a wrestling ring event. So where you want to start, HP? Because our group chat was a little interesting earlier, and
it was. Well, we start off with there's a couple other things, right? So just to put some more emphasis on the impact of this event, this was Rikishi's promotion.
hmm
WWI. I didn't even know he was affiliated to them, but apparently he was, and he is officially that thing is done. They removed him from the WWID, and he removed it off his page. So I guess that has been severed. That tie has been severed.
yeah, me and
So
HP gonna dive into this like frame by frame, but D and Z and A, we don't know how long we got y'all, so we want y'all to get y'all opinions about this matter out because me and Jerry probably gonna end up arguing tonight. So we want we want y'all to say y'all piece on it because we don't know how long y'all gonna be here.
DNA, you go first. I'm gonna go when I get off this train.
I bet. Nah, I mean, we was kind of talking about it just and I used to turn that down a little bit. Turn the volume down. we was going in on it like through the text messages, and then I was coming to the conclusion that what I mean, Jerry, his last name definitely has to be Jackson. He's definitely got a bloodline with them over there. Jerry, how do you right? Melissa, yeah. I know how to turn it down. All right, but you're in the camera right now, and you're not supposed to be. Okay. All right, so just leave it how it is. Just play. Okay. All right.
Them
So
run-ins happen from anywhere, brother. Uh,
So, Jerry, let me ask you, right? Because I know why I think. What makes you think like it's justifiable? That's the real question.
I
Well,
never, I never said.
hold on. Before you start, Jerry, I'd be remiss not to say that Jerry is not alone. There are a lot of people who agree
Yeah,
with Jerry, including a lot of professional wrestlers. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not you know what I'm saying that I agree, but I am saying one doesn't happen without the other. No beer can incident because from the video I watched, right, and there's a few. It seems like Raja has no idea this is about to happen, and Stu thinks he's a part of it when it seems like at that time there was no deal, there was no situation. So you hit this man with a beer can. To me, that's assault. I feel that my personal opinion, it should have been handled right there. It should have been get down where you mad at. Right there. No questions asked. However, everybody ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So I do think there's a level of accountability, obviously, on Rajas too, right? You're an MMA fighter. I know to hold
A
back.
level of accountability? What are you talking about, Jerry? A level of accountability? Yo, Jerry, let me ask you something. I know it's noisy. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna ask.
all right. This is
What
my thing
cliffhanger
though.
is that?
This is my thing that I would say to what Jerry's saying. Right, you're at a wrestling event. That's like you coming to a wrestling event and you know nothing about a wrestling event and you're front row and the heel of the night taunts you or antagonizes you while you're there. Does that
Mhm.
mean jump over the barricade and knock him out?
I
No,
got
you're
an
at a
even better
wrestling
one
event.
for you. Imagine we've gotten into arguments on this podcast, right? Jerry, we've gotten into arguments.
No,
Now
not
imagine
us.
after one
We
of those
don't fight.
arguments, I attempt murder you. What the a level of accountability? What do you mean,
No,
bro?
no, but I think two things were left out from both of your statements. It wasn't just the taunting, right? Taunting you should be able to take. You assaulted this man. Actually assaulted
I
him.
would
You
I wouldn't
struck
call it
him.
a I would I
Here's
mean
my question though, DNA. Watch Jerry. You boxing your son boxers, right?
Yeah.
When have you known somebody to get punched in the head and there's no movement in the head? That was a gimmick punch. He squeezed the beer can, and that's what made the beer shoot up. He never hit Roger like that. That wasn't a flush
this
punch.
is my thing, right? This is where I'm saying accountability
We're
at,
gonna get
right?
into all that.
I get all of that, right? So yes, the wrestler did the first act, but there's to me as men, right? Like, and I know it's my podcast, I can curse, but I want the clip to go up. There's two type of men in this world. They're only made two different ways. So it's not people handle it differently. Either you handle it like a man or you handle it like the other word. Like if we look at it, if I look you in the
Right.
eyes, right? Like Z said, we had an argument. If I could look you in the eyes as a man and tell you it's over, you should have that type of level of confidence. Not that we're best friends, but it's a level of respect that because I gave you my word as a man, it's done. Now, if he would have said, "Yo, I'm not squashing shit. It's up. I got you. I got something for you." Then
I
at
would
that point,
respect
you
that
got to
way
be at
more.
point.
I would
If he would have
respect
said,
that way
"Yo,
more.
I'm not squashing nothing. It's up. Just be on point." At that point, homie got was lacking. But if you look and we squashed it, and I hit you with a prop can, and it's at a wrestling event, and we're supposed to do something that's a gimmick, and the only reason why now my guard is down is because we squashed it, and then you take it upon yourself just to jump in the crowd and full go on like we never squashed it. That's crazy. Like I think there's no level of like I can see what homie. I don't understand that. Like, cause to me, I would have handled it when we was backstage. I would have just said we not good.
Also, you know, I know the league, the actual wrestling league, came forward and said that it was a work, but like it's Psycho, I think his name is Psycho Stu.
Cycle
Cycle
He
Stu.
Stu.
doesn't he doesn't look like he knows that anyone is about to enter the ring or that
What
to
they said,
me. And I said,
also the debunk what Jerry said. it's now footage that his chat was hyping him up.
It wasn't
So,
his chat. It was his
Insane.
dad.
It's dead.
It was
And,
Rampage in the
mm,
chat. And that's why Rampage got banned from Kick.
yeah.
So that's what
So
I said earlier, Jerry. Somebody who was a part of this that wasn't a part of it. Cause when cause I thought he was talking to his chat. He's like, how many subs for a knockout? He said, I'm not a fake crash out. You can't call me a bitch. That was his dad talking to him.
Yeah,
even worse.
I,
yeah, but
and I
that's
gotta
still don't
say,
just
I don't like the arguments going around. Most of the arguments from pro wrestlers are like them basically kind of, I don't want to like say anything harsh, but basically playing this tough guy role. Like, oh, if you getting into it with a wrestler, you should know what you're signing up for. Bro, this is not
I
this is
agree and
choreographed
disagree.
fights.
There was no again, this started without a level of contract or agreement in play. So that's where a big problem comes in. To make things right, they go to Raja to say, "Hey, why don't we just make this part of the show? We just da 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 da."
I don't know
Even
if
if
they
it's
did though. I don't know if they necessarily did that. That's
supposedly
what I was saying
they had him
before.
It
backstage.
was some
Well, they had him
footage
backstage.
where the
It was
guy
another
who brung
wrestler
him
there
told
there was
Roger,
another wrestler
I'm not
that told
convinced,
him
man.
to give him a receipt. You know what I'm saying? They're telling him they're backstage. But the thing about it, this guy's not a wrestler. Whether you are at a wrestling event and know, the ins and outs, or you're at a wrestling event and don't know the ins and outs, they brought him into the fold to try to make things right.
here's the thing,
That
Jerry.
Okay,
doesn't
but
mean
So
he didn't
wait,
harm
hold
other
on,
whether
wrestlers.
because I got to respond to that. Look, people can say what they want. I am not fully convinced as of yet that what you said, bring him into the fold, that the league officially made that a spot or anything. I think that could be said something by the league to cover their own
Rikishi did.
ass. But
it's two
I,
things with
Rikishi
that,
did.
Z. It's two
okay,
things with that.
Rikishi has said a lot of things, and I love Rikishi,
But
but
I
he
mean,
said a
he's the
lot of
owner of the
things.
league,
It's two
and
things
he
with
said
that
he was out
though.
of pocket.
In order to get in the wrestling ring, to even be involved in the match, you got to have a license.
I got a
Roger,
license.
that's
I can get
one.
in that ring.
Two, even if this is wrestling, you wouldn't have even done that in a UFC ring. You either he that wouldn't even you he wouldn't even done that in an MMA fight.
Ref would have stopped it. Ref would already boom. You know what I'm
He would
saying?
have stopped himself. How many times have we seen people stop themselves from hitting people? That happens. So when people say he lost
When there's a
control,
level of
I don't fall into the lost control thing because fighters are some of the most in control people ever. You have
I
to
mean, but
be in
this
control
No,
to
he's
be
a
able to
I
fight.
kid.
completely
This the
agree.
thing though. He's a kid.
If you have that kind of power behind your punches, I agree. You're in more control than most people who are out there throwing punches. I think, and I said this in the group chat, I said this in private texts I had with people, that was a matter of clout chasing and trying to get as many views as he could, and he did in a really bad way. That's what I thought it
Yeah, I
came
mean, I
down to.
also, I also think it's just a prime example of like what people don't understand is that all these things that you see happen on camera, they happen in real life in all type of different environments and neighborhoods. It's just publicized and made a big deal when you see it here. But he's not ready for fame. He's not ready for the things that come with it. It's a certain level of discipline. It's a certain level of knowing how to conduct yourself. You know how many times I go out and people are rude and people say things that in my mind I know if I wasn't who I am as an individual, they deserve to get punched in the face, slapped in the face. But it's also the level of the individual that I know that I am to the public. I'm a public figure. So I have to use that mentality of unless I feel like I'm in danger and I'm going to be harmed, that's the only time I have to defend myself because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be the person that is at blame just because of who I am. I understand my position. He's too young
Mhm.
to understand his position and his role, and he doesn't have people that's keeping his head on straight because there's so many like I've had people literally. It's a one story. I was eating with my family years ago, and this guy walked up to me, belligerent drunk, and grabbed my chain. Now, the normal person would break his face off. His girlfriend is there, he's stumbling and wobbling. But me, I have enough self-discipline that I'm just gonna let it slide because, bro, I would probably do what homie did to homie in the ring. He's drunk and intoxicated, and I just know like sometimes you have to think for other people because the backlash. Like he's not a
right.
he's not a threat to me. He's not gonna harm me. Now I do know if I go on a rampage and just let all the ink out, and no pun intended, rampage. But if I go on a rampage and let all this ink out and beat the brakes off of him, I'm gonna pay the cost for something that could have been avoided. My whole thing is
Yeah,
there's so many other ways this could have. If you still felt the way, have a conversation. If you still felt the way, give me my. We need to fight. Then for
Yo,
you to
And
just
and
go
a
on and
big
punch
piece of
somebody
this,
20 times, bro.
a
It's
big
and
piece
crazy.
of
another
this
thing
before
is
that
like,
is
bro, we're
they
talking about assault this, like assault this, assault that. At what point does it become like attempted murder? Like for real, at what point is it no longer assault and it's attempted murder? He's beating the shit out of a body that looks dead, bro. One punt after the slam, he looked like he was out. And then he gave him like 22 punches. At what
22.
like what do you think? I
bro,
don't know. Do
his
y'all
he
think
has
he's getting assault or attempt?
bones in his face were broken. Most of his teeth were knocked out, and he was choking on his blood and teeth in the ring, is what they said. That's a lot.
Yeah. So Raja is 25 years old.
Oh yeah,
So
he's
I'm
older
not
than
gonna
I even
sit here.
thought.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
I
no,
don't.
no, that I can't sign up for that excuse because I would not have done that at 25. This is not like a young pro. I wasn't
At
walking around
16
attempt
and
murdering
15,
people. Like
at 16 and 15, we know better. I don't want
he's
to hear
not
it.
16, bro.
But
He's a
this
whole
that's
ass
that's
grown
my
No,
point.
he
man.
said you know
I'm
better at
okay with it.
15 and 16.
At
Yeah.
the slam is where I kind of draw the line. Maybe a punch I can see. Everything after that is okay, Roger.
I'm
You
just
you're in
saying,
trouble,
like,
buddy.
this is the thing that I think people are missing. It would still be wrong, but if you just said, fuck it, I don't like what you did earlier, I'm gonna get you back, and it was one punch and it knocked him out. That just means you that strong.
That's
Cool.
not that bad.
Your man hit him 20. Like, bro, what this is the
22
thing that
times.
I'm trying to say, right? On a deeper level, because I dealt with anger management. That lash wasn't for him. That's whatever years he built up of anger
Yup.
that got
That was
released
for his
on him.
dad. That was
That
for
that
his
that that
dad.
that's the part that people not understanding with the psyche. That's like somebody steps on your shoes and then you wind up beating them to a pulp. You didn't do that because they stepped on your shoes. You did that because you needed a reason and an outlet to release whatever anger you had
I
pent up.
agree.
And this is the situation that you get it. This is from a higher frequency of that. So when I seen that, that wasn't a display of somebody that hit me with a prop can. That's why I think it's wrong. That's a display of built up anger, and you're obviously not seeking a therapist or releasing it. And this is the time you decided to let that out because one doesn't require the other. That
And
right there, I'm doing that if somebody puts hands on my daughter.
and
That
that's
that
Yeah,
that
why
yeah.
would that warrants that. You put your hand on my kid, yes, I'm giving you that. You try to rob me, you try to, you know what I mean, the M word, you try to do anything of that nature, yes, you get that. But you stepped on my shoes. Even if somebody pushed me, I might go past pushing. I might punch you in the face, but it's still like, yo, he pushed me. Boom, I got my lick off. They broke it up. We out of here. That is like, that's a rival. That right there is like somebody did, you know what I mean, something that's
Something
diabolical.
diabolical. Yeah, yeah,
Also, dude,
yeah.
like he literally shook hands with the dude and was like,
That makes it
"Yeah,
crazy.
we are good," and then went and did that. That is, I don't know. I don't know how, like in a court of law, say it's not seen as like a premeditated attempted
Well, he hasn't
murder.
been
Like
brought up on charges yet, so there's no telling. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm not gonna tell people when they can and can't get angry because I definitely seen in real life where people like, yeah, you my dog, but they plotting. They are plotting right at that moment when they shook it because I got your guard down, right? I got your guard down, boom, and then they go in and move. I just don't think for someone to be an MMA fighter of that caliber with his dad of that because again, I'm sure his dad has trained him and getting him life lessons. You know what I'm saying? You beat this man super unconscious. No,
his
he was
dad is
already
part
unconscious
of the
before the beating.
problem. That's the
No,
part of the
I'm not gonna
problem.
say that, bro. That gets crazy
I'm
because that's
saying
if
like
it.
if his
I'm saying it.
yo Jerry, I don't. Why are you blurring
I'm
the
saying
lines
it.
so much?
His
If
dad
his,
was
because
if
in
people
the
do this. They
chat.
go, "Oh, he's a UFC fighter.
His
He's
dad was the
crazy."
one in the chat egging him
yeah,
on.
if his
No,
dad
he did
egged
not.
him on,
Yes, but no.
then
His
I'm
dad
he's
didn't
saying
say
yes,
go in
definitely
the ring
but
part
and
of the
no,
beat that
problem.
mother.
Jerry. It can't be
His
yes, but
dad didn't say
no.
go beat that dude. His dad didn't
His
say.
dad called
His
him a
dad was
bitch.
just
His
clowning
dad
him.
called him a
No, no,
fake
no, no.
crash out. His dad said 50 subs, knock him out. That was Rampage. That's why
If
Rampage
Knock
got
him out.
banned.
Okay, so check this out. If he would have slammed him and walked away,
Knock him out and wrestling match don't even go together.
Wait,
These
hold on. Let me
are
answer you.
wrestlers.
Hold on. Let me answer you, Jerry. If he would have just slammed him and walk away, no, that wouldn't have been bad if it actually is a work because you could chalk that up to inexperience. You seem to be glazing over the
No,
22
no, no, no. I'm
punches
not
that
glazing over
followed.
anything. Y'all have glazed over the fact that he get assaulted earlier in the day by that man. Yes or no?
I don't
Because you
think
guys
so.
have used
Like,
the
I
words.
don't
You
consider
guys have
that
used.
really
Hold on.
assault.
You used the words, not you specifically, but between the four people on this panel, that it was a work. The beer was crushed before it hit him. All this stuff that nobody took that impact to say yay or nay. I've seen someone get hit with a beer bottle and they didn't drop.
But here's my question. If they're outside, right, practicing for what is supposed to be a work, and that beer bottle and all that is done within the realm of practicing for work,
What do you mean?
is
What do you mean?
that's
Like
not assault?
Him and Raja? You talking about him and Raja or the wrestlers? Because
No,
Raja
the
wasn't a part
wrestler
of
and
that.
Raja, bro, if
They
they're
go. You
outside,
go
right?
through your match before the
Yeah,
match.
if they're outside, they're going through everything and they're hitting each other with the agreement that
Raja
they're all
wasn't a part of
practicing. That's
that.
not assault.
Raja wasn't practicing with anybody. That's why the one wrestler is like, yo, he's not a worker. He's not. He's not. That's
He
also a part of this.
he shouldn't have been back
So
there
I don't glaze over anything. I do think there's a level of accountability on everybody's part. Now they're not going to charge Syko Stu at this point, even if he comes and makes a full recovery, right? Like,
And
what's the point?
he shouldn't be charged with anything.
I wouldn't say that, man. If you assault anybody, I do agree that there's
I don't
like,
believe
but you
that's
got
assault though, bro.
Me neither.
you can't hit
That's
people with a
really
beer
I
that's
bottle.
just
think they were
really
practicing.
yeah, that's like a mistake. It's a prop gun. It wasn't intent to harm or none of that.
because
And
even
He
even
wasn't.
th-
He wasn't.
even
but
with
look,
the
this is my
Stu
thing though,
thing,
Jerry. Right? As a father, why? Like, I'll put it to you like this, right? My daughter's 6 years old. What do you think happens if I tell my daughter certain things? Like that's a manip. Like that's not.
You get in trouble.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying you're not even doing you're doing a disservice as a parent because you know the influence you have on a child, especially from a dad to a son. Like your son wants
This
to
man
make
is
you proud
25
from the
years old,
beginning.
bro. This
He
man's
wants
25.
it
I
doesn't matter
get
how
he's still his dad. My son is 20.
Jerry,
I could tell my son, and I call my son out on some things. My son is not gonna do that.
Jerry, you don't understand what I'm saying, bro. If you have a
I
certain
do.
bond, so then you're not. Everybody don't have the
Yeah.
same bond. I'm
First of
saying
all,
if you have
time out. I have more understanding than everybody here. My son is a fighter.
okay, but my
I'm
point of
literally
what I'm
telling you
saying to you is
that
that you're
man lost.
talking about, bro, you're talking about age. Age has nothing to do with getting accepted from your parents. People want to be accepted by their parents until they're dead and gone. So they're both fighters. That's the thing on a professional level. So therefore, do you know how much his son probably looks up to his dad? It's Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
My dad just told me I got punked. Go knock him out. That's not a disservice to the son. That's a disservice to the dad because why are you doing that? That's just like me being a battle rapper, and then I raise a child that's a battle rapper, and I tell them, "Yo, they suck. They violated our family in the battle. Go do something." I'm igniting the fire. I'm an instigator.
It's a
The
big difference,
instigator should
bro.
never be the parent.
It's a big difference of knock him out and then someone trying to kill somebody.
But why are you saying knock? Why are you saying do anything? But it was a misunderstanding. You're his father, bro.
Because also,
You have a certain responsibility as a parent. If the chat gassed him up, cool. He should never fall victim to what people are saying in comments. But your parent, I mean, yes, you have to be a different type of individual to just go against what your parent is saying or not let it affect you on a certain type of level. What I'm trying to say is the psychological
I
hold
understand.
that a parent has over a child, most do not break that with wanting acceptance or feeling like they let their parent down or a dad calling their son the B word, joking or not. You feel like you got punked. My dad is telling me this. Now I have to do something. So it's not on the son because dad could just be joking, but you don't know
It
like
is on the
you
sun,
don't
bro.
know on the other side how he's reading it. So that's what I'm
I
trying to say. That
cannot.
shouldn't have been said,
you
especially
know,
if
I,
you
you
I
have
get.
know,
comments.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but I'm
Ra-
going to say this: it is on the son because at 25 you getting held accountable, bro. I don't care what your dad told you to do. At
But even
25, you
at
Yes,
know right.
you're getting held accountable by the law. I'm talking about morally as a parent. You shouldn't be saying that, especially when it's interviews of you saying, I know my son wasn't going to graduate, so I had his bail money. So then you know what type of psyche your son got. So then
I didn't even know he said that.
why are you
But
telling them
I
even
go
at
knock him out?
25, even at
okay.
25, if Rampage Jackson told his son to do something and then he does it. I get that he's 25.
He's still accomplished.
Rampage Jackson is still a crime. He can still be charged for that. That's still a crime.
I disagree with that part. As far as I said knock him out. When he did it, he probably cheered. Rampage might know what a receipt is. So he's like, yo, this is your chance. You know, Brock, no one charged Brock Lesnar for punching Braun Strowman, right? Because that was a receipt. That wrestler in the back.
Two different things, Jeremy.
Suffer.
Two
No,
different
no,
things.
no, hold on. No, hold on. A wrestler from that organization tells Raja, give him a receipt. Give him a receipt. So I don't think charging Rampage for his son almost committing murder because he told him you should knock him out is within that sounds
say
crazy.
Charge Rampage, but Rampage definitely was the fire that set the Dynamite off. That's
and you
why
shouldn't
he
do that.
that's
son.
why he put out that statement to get ahead of it. I read Rampage's statement before
I knew that he gassed him up. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
so Rampage tried to get ahead of that. Then when I found out he got banned from Kick because he was egging him on, and then the last video we see of Raja is nobody's gonna call me a bitch. They're gonna stop playing with me. He was talking about his dad. So that
or anybody else in that chat. I didn't read the chat.
Well,
so who knows?
But Jerry, this is what I'm trying to say, right? What you said plays perfectly to my point. You have a great dynamic with your son. You have a bond with your son. You also know that your son is not a weak-minded person. Therefore, he might go against what you're saying if you're saying some shit that's bullshit. But if you're somebody's dad or mother and you know you have a weak-minded child, let them be influenced by other people in the world. Why would you be the one to do it if you already know that if that's your kid's MO? That's why I'm saying he's at fault. Like me, bro. Forget about a kid. I know.
Should be charged.
No. I'm not saying he should be charged.
No,
I'm saying.
Then we're good.
I'm saying it. I think he needs.
No, I'm saying this. Right? I'm saying this as an adult.
For sure.
As an adult. Right now, bro, I know grown people that I can get in their head right now. I know grown people that I can make them buy stuff if I wanted them to. I can make them go hurt somebody. I can do all of that, but I'm not a manipulator. So that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like just morally universal right. If you know somebody's weak-minded, you should not be the one that pursues them, or you can't joke with them like that. That's like y'all coming to tell me, oh, I ain't gonna lie. I know son did that in the battle, or son did that. Y'all would be joking with me like that because I know I have enough mental capacity to know that it's a joke. If I was MO and I have friends that I know if I even play with them and say, yo, I ain't gonna lie, you saw the way homie's looking at you, they're gonna go to jail. And then I'm gonna be the one responsible. Like, why did I make that joke knowing how this nigga gives it up?
That's what I was gonna say.
Hold on. I'll give you an example.
Let me add on to that. If any one of us, say a child, I don't have children, so I don't know what that's like. So I can't, all of y'all do, so I can't even really speak on that. But if y'all told someone, especially your child, yo, even joking, which I don't think Rampage might have been joking. I don't think he was. I think he really wanted his son to go punch Syko Stu in the face. If you told them do it and then they did it and it's something you know is really bad, would you not at least a little in the back of your mind be like, damn, that might be a little bit my fault? Not at all?
He may feel like that, but I'll give you an example, a personal example. I have told my son and put up bounty money, you knock him out anywhere you want to go, right? Because he's a fighter. So I don't know if Rampage has a complete understanding of wrestling. I don't think, obviously, Raja does. But again,
Jeremy, you talking about your son being in an organized fight.
Yeah.
This was just a random.
We don't know everything that Raja had told this man being Rampage. Rampage might have just been saying, man, knock his ass out. Because he did say something. I seen you hugging some boy with man.
Yeah, that's when he called him a bitch. Then he called him a fake crash out. He knew what buttons to press. And maybe those are the buttons you press when your son's about to do his thing. But that was the wrong time to do that. The wrong time to do that.
Okay. I don't even disagree with that whatsoever. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Like I don't disagree with that whatsoever.
Yo, somebody in the comments is on tell me. Who's this Dennis nigga, man?
That's who he battling next week.
You gonna see. That's who we battling on
Oh, he
September
said
3rd.
DNA. I'm gonna make sure dropout never makes it to college.
You see what I did? You
That
see what
niggas
I
on
wrote?
your helmet, boy.
You see what I wrote? I said his time is ticking. I'm in the chat too. I run this
Yeah,
shit, Dennis.
next
You don't
week.
think I'm seeing it,
Next week
Dennis?
is going
You know
down
how
right here on Attitude Era
you know how
Podcast.
crazy it feels to be getting talked to by someone named Dennis? Come on. They call me the white boy, and you up here Dennis right now? Come on, man.
And if
Fucking
you don't
Dennis.
know, tomorrow night, the face-offs, 8:30 p.m.
Oh,
right here. So come back
I
if
got
you're new
time.
to the channel.
I got
I
time. And
can't
some
wait.
shit later. Yo,
If you're
bitch
new to
ass.
the channel, tomorrow
I
night,
know
8:30.
DNA. You
Is
missed
your
it.
man gonna be
I had a whole
Huh?
poem for Sister Moose. I had a whole poem for Moose's sister. You missed it. I had a whole ode to Sister Moose. You ain't ready. You ain't ready
Oh,
at
yeah,
all. We
well.
got the face off tomorrow on Wednesday Night Wars. Overall, though, I just to cap it off, I want to say there's one thing I really want to emphasize about this situation, and that is that is not wrestling. If someone saw that and tried to take that, oh, here's that is not at all professional wrestling, what all of us love so much and talk about and spend time going to. That is not what you saw there. Like, that is a bad example of it, and I think it makes wrestling as a whole look really bad. So if there's one thing I could cap in this, it's that is not wrestling, and both of them motherfuckers need to get charged. I said it, including Rampage.
And
Finally,
I'm gonna always
it
I'm always
makes
gonna disagree on it. When you talk about charging a
Rikishi's
parent,
Rikishi business. It's a lot been coming out about that company as well. So that's another thing. Once
I got our interview with
where there's
Rikishi, by the
smoke,
way.
there's fire. So
you
Mm-hmm.
know what's crazy though? And I feel bad when he was on WWID, right? Which I didn't know, but whatever the case. You got a lot of people on that company probably busting their ass like, yo, we are almost there. And now, one bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Sink a ship.
domino.
You know what I'm saying? It can sink a ship. So it's nothing good coming out of this. And unfortunately, Syko Stu, from my understanding before I got on here, is still hospitalized, still unconscious.
Oh, he'll never be the same. He'll never be the
Oh
same.
yeah, bro. That's the thing. That shit is. You can tell when you watch that beatdown. You're like, this motherfucker. That's the. There's no way.
I'm
And
pretty sure he may have some type of brain
another
trauma,
thing
brain
that I don't know
damage.
why people aren't talking about. He has a gray fucking beard. He's clearly way older than fucking Raja. Like, bro, he beat up Santa Claus and then talked about, ain't no one gonna mess with me now. Santa Claus Jr. gonna find you and whoop your ass, bro. What all them elves is gonna jump you? What is you talking about? It's
You know, I will say this though
Joey
too
has
though.
something invested
I
in this. I don't know if he got stock in Raja's career or something. I don't know what's
I,
going on, but
I truly am upset with
He looked
the
like Rampage a little bit.
wrestling
I don't know.
with the wrestling organization as far as why did it take so long for someone to come out there and help?
You know
Like
why,
the ref,
Jerry? Because nobody knew that was supposed to happen, so they wasn't sure what was going on. Like no,
Yeah.
nah, if you see the video, you see like, damn, I could see them first two shots or so, give or take. I think the flight or fight mechanism took over for people, and it was like a oh my god, because they probably never experienced that, a fan running roughshod. Like I remember this happened to Stone Cold, and Triple H destroyed this dude. He put
that's
all that heel
WWE.
babyface shit away,
That's
and
WWE.
Triple H, huh?
That's WWE. They got security. They got this is a little
Yeah, but
hole
that
in the
still
wall.
doesn't happen on a routine basis
well,
for
WWE
people
know
to.
nobody's supposed to be in this ring. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they weren't sure what was supposed to happen.
Like you have to understand with WWE, it's so much of a big company that it's ran by 20 channels. Like I remember when I was just at the Raw on Netflix, and they thought that who was it? Was it Dom and Penta? Whoever Dominic Mysterio had the match with the day after SummerSlam. They thought that they were gonna come to the crowd. It was 10 guys on from all sides of where the ring is at that knew they were going through the crowd. They even told us all in Celeb Row 1 they're coming through the crowd. Move back.
Mm, okay. Well, there you have it then. You know.
No, it's a lot to it. DNA freeze.
Doing.
You
Yeah, I
got cut
mean,
out,
No,
Jerry.
no,
if
he
I
got.
tried to jump out, they would be like, it's supposed to be Penta and Dominic Mysterio, not DNA, and they would have been on me. Or in this indie ass league, you think they're running proper channels to multiple people and who's coming
Yeah,
out? So niggas is
that's what
looking
I'm saying.
like, I don't know. I guess this shit is part of the act. Let them rock.
Yeah.
That's why I
Again,
say,
I don't even think it
and
was
for me, it's
necessarily
a
a
little
work.
more like in my face because I work with a wrestling company now. You know what I'm saying? So it just was bad from the beginning, bro. It was just bad from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
again,
gonna
I
Yeah.
lie.
don't
For that,
necessarily think it
first
was a
of all,
work.
for that, it's one like, bro. I'm not even a fighter, and I teach my 2-step kids discipline. If you're a fighter, before violence, it's
It should have
discipline,
more
bro.
discipline. It should have more
My
discipline.
boy is not
Hundred
a
percent.
fighter, and I teach him
That's what
control
I'm
your
saying. But no, it's
emotions.
no, yo, Jerry, it's no discipline on either behalf. Yo, listen, you gotta understand your power, bro. You know how many situations, like, right? You know how many situations occur where somebody does something that deserves an ass whooping, but you don't do it based on discipline? That's what discipline is, bro. That's why I just said every day, every week, it's at least 5 situations I go to. Somebody has a bad attitude in the store. Somebody has a bad attitude in the mall. Somebody butt breasts. It's always a reason for me to just lash out and whoop a nigga's ass or attempt to. But it's about the fact of I know my role and my position, and I have enough discipline to always ask the posing question: is it worth it? That's what you do. That's what you should be instilling in your son. This was not worth it, bro. You got all these millions of views for the wrong reason. Your shit is tarnished. Fuck what the wrestlers are saying. Fuck what we saying. The people are not going to get behind you. So at that point, was it worth it? No. Because the whole thing was, and this is my thing that I always ask people, would I agree with it? No. But it's a difference from agreeing and respecting. I would respect it if he felt disrespected. He did all of that because of how he felt like it looked. And that's when you know that you're dealing with somebody that's not mature. Me, that's the reason why I have discipline, because I'm not lashing out or doing nothing unless I feel disrespected. I don't care what nobody else thinks, but you got to get to a certain level in life to where you're not reacting based on what another individual thinks, or you always going to find yourself in a bad situation.
And also, if he's a actual professional fighter, that means his hands are registered. That means his hands are like
Illegal.
actual
Yeah.
It's myth. It's
legal
myth. It's
weapons.
myth. It's myth. It's
That is
myth.
not a dude. That's not a myth. I know professional fighters who, if they beat
Mike
someone
Tyson
up,
shit was illegal, bro.
and it's not just like the top fighters in the world. That's a myth. I know professional fighters that if they beat someone up, they're gonna get in a lot more trouble than if I beat someone up because of what they can do. I don't know. I don't know the whole myth thing, but
It's a myth.
Gamaj, what you
The
think
thing
it is?
about it is there are certain people that have maybe registered their hands, or there's certain state rules that regulate that differently. Then that could be why it was not. I assure you of this. It is not the same rule in all 50 states for certain. Just like you have
I could
sport commissions for every state. You know, and the
It's
Okay,
rules
yeah,
like
I
like
could agree with that.
I could
the
see that.
number one thing about fighting is when you learn to fight, you learn to do it's
discipline.
defensive. It's defense first, right?
Mhm.
So for you to attack somebody is crazy. That's like they teach you never pull your weapon unless you using it. So Gamaj, what you like?
He,
Please say Gamaj,
That's
what
what
you
I'm
think
saying. I
about
need
this
to see
shit?
what Gamaj thinks. Gamaj probably knows both of them. Gamaj probably knows all parties involved. What do you
Gamaj,
think,
it's
Gamaj?
gonna be a Psycho Stu picture on his timeline soon.
Yo, he's gonna be the one to reconcile Raja and Psycho. He gonna have a picture with both of them where they all hugging. What do you think of what happened, Gamaj?
Um, so I mean to start off, it was already a dead giveaway by the way he just tossed him to the mat. The way you just saw his head hit the mat, that already to me was like red flag right there. That looked like an illegal Alabama slam kind of hit that he did. And this is where I have an issue. Well, there's a lot of people to point fingers at. I have an issue with the ref. While yes, I can understand the ref being shook in the moment, or even everybody else in that ring that didn't try to prevent it. But being a ref, your job is to also put balance and safety within the match. So within the
Hold
first
on, full
two
timeout.
hits,
full timeout. This ain't UFC. That ref is not supposed to throw his body in between a human fucking tank beating the shit. I've seen a lot of people giving shit to the ref. Now, here's the thing. There's two kinds of referees in professional wrestling, just to pull the curtain back. There's a referee that trained as a wrestler and switched to become a ref or sometimes works as a ref. And then there's the referee that has no desire to wrestle and they are strictly a referee. And if that was strictly a referee, he has no business putting himself into that position of danger, especially
he's gonna
when
get beat up next, my nigga. Can you imagine that moment with him going and doing all that?
Done nothing with Roger.
What do you think
at
happens
all,
then?
bro.
Now,
Like
now this
Gamaj,
is
imagine
where
if I'm the referee. I'm gonna
this
see
is
that
where
and
I
jump in
go.
front of that.
No,
You out
this
your
is where I
mind, nigga.
go. No, this is where I go more in depth with the situation, because if everybody in that company who have claimed everybody there is your family, everybody there is your friend. If that's my friend, referee or not, I don't care if I get my ass beat. I'm trying to block that.
We
That's what
don't
my
know if
mama
they
used to tell us.
friends.
You got to come home looking like him.
Unless
Hell no.
What Mike
everybody
Tyson
there
said,
is unless you're
everybody got
telling
a
me they're
plan till
pump
they get
faking for the
punched in the
cam,
mouth.
then that
You
means
don't know what you're
everybody
going to do
there
in that situation.
ain't his friend.
Gamaj,
Simple
it's
as that.
easy for you to say that, my nigga. Because I'm
Y'all
telling you, right? I'm keeping it a Dollar Tree with you, my nigga. If you not like a friend, I'm not jumping in. If you're an acquaintance, like, yes, Raja's gonna get busy on you, my nigga.
Oh,
I mean, I
If
get
you a nigga that
that.
I just, yo, what up, bro? Nice to see you, yo. Oh, how's life been? Oh, yes, I'm not jumping in the
look,
way of that.
if
Yeah,
Now,
I
if
you
it's
get
D,
that,
got
if it's
but
one of y'all on here, then yeah, I'll get my ass whipped for that. But if it's a nigga that's just like, oh, hey, what's going on, bro? How's life treating you? Yes, you know what I mean?
that's
Roger
what I was
fucks
about
you
to
up, my
say.
nigga.
If
yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
yeah.
if you my family, I'ma jump in and help. Like yes, perfect example. Any one of us, and even then, I'm not gonna want to. I'm gonna get my
Keep it
ass kicked
100, my nigga. I'm not gonna want to either, but
at all. I'm gonna look
I'm a
at that.
fuck it.
I'm gonna be like, you know what? We both getting our ass kicked. Let's do it. Elbow drop, and then we both get our ass kicked. But
Yeah,
that
Gamaj, I know
referee,
what you're saying,
the ref.
but in the moment, bro, you don't know how you're gonna react to something in the moment. Like, and that's the thing. And you mentioned the slam. Roger picked Stu up with ease. So
Shit.
that and Stu ain't no little dude. So that was
Nah, nah,
that. It
it's
took a
not.
ring full of wrestlers to control him. It's a lot, bro. I'm not saying the ref shouldn't have reacted. I don't know, but in that situation, you don't know what you'll do, bro. So, but
Especially if like
I don't put personal stuff out there, but me being someone that's been in a certain scenarios, I can speak for myself when I say I would, whether I got my ass beat or not, I'm not letting that rock. You are committing murder in front of my eyes. And then to top it all off, this is why I go more into like other stuff that I found out.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
When
Gamaj. I love
when
you,
you
man.
have
The
no, like
neighborhood I
when you
grew up,
have
niggas
other
committed
people,
murder every night, man. I went inside.
hey, look,
hey, I
and
ain't
then
Marsh
the
is
guy that
backhanding
did
me and
help
no.
him break up the fight, they even spoke about it how after everything was being, when the police got involved with the investigation, all, I'm not gonna say all, but the majority of the wrestlers in that company were told not
not
to
to
cooperate.
cooperate. Yeah,
Not to
So
yeah,
you mean to
cooperate.
tell me after
That's crazy.
seeing that, I'm supposed to still believe the ref was gonna do something anyway, whether he wanted to or didn't?
yeah.
But
Half those guys said they're not going back. They said
why
because
isn't there
they
any security? There's no one there whose job is to keep the wrestlers safe. It's just every man for himself. Like, why isn't
Well,
there any
here's what
security?
y'all said.
well, that's what
Here's
I
what
said
y'all said.
earlier. It's some things coming out about this company that's always been there.
Yeah.
It's
Here's the thing that y'all said, and I said it too. There was a plan in place at one point after the beer can for him to do something with the company tonight, or that night. So security, like, oh man, this is great. That shit looks real. Oh, and it took somebody, and I forgot his name, but
I think his name is
yeah,
Doug. Doug said they sent him out there to watch it because he's the only one that has actual hand-to-hand combat fighting experience, just in case it goes left. He was the security and he just wrestled. He said, I was blown up. I just wrestled a match. I was tired. And they told me to go watch it. He didn't know why they told him to go watch it, but that's the one who eventually got to Raja. So
crazy.
yeah, I watched the whole video they put out and they talked in detail about it.
I gotta see that. I haven't seen that, so I
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
there
they
was
They
a,
should
went,
have
there
they
was
just
a
was
left it
they
lot.
where
they
it
had
was
the
at.
same
Yeah, there was a
questions.
lot he
Why didn't
exposed about it.
anybody react? What was going on? Yeah, those guys talked about what happened with Stu afterwards. Like it's like 4 of them, 5 of them on the couch that was there, and the one that broke up the fight. Because he said Roger punched him in the face. He got bloodied up. Yeah, he was Roger
Yeah.
got hit him with a 2-piece.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
nigga
and you can
Raja
see, and
gotta
then
be
you can actually
stopped,
see
my
in that
nigga.
clip when he was breaking it off, he
I'm
actually
not
had
gonna lie, y'all. I'm out of here. Z's going, man. Raja got to him. I'm about to go back on
It was
TikTok.
either Roger or Moose, but we don't know. We're gonna find out
Mm.
tomorrow at the face off, 8:30
Hey,
tomorrow. Y'all come back to add it to our podcast
My,
because it's
yes,
gonna be
sir.
something you've never seen. I think me and HP might go through this a little more. I'm not sure, but DNA, you got anything before you get out of here?
Good night, man. Stay the fuck away from Raja. All right, but
Yeah, so but yeah, you wanna go through it, HP, or you good, man?
I think I mean we can talk about it a little bit more. There's a couple little,
Okay,
what I'm
cause,
saying, but
cause I just seen it from the beginning, right? The beer can thing. Here's my thing. Like I say, working with a wrestling company, I know wrestlers go over matches, do things before the match. Roger, if he was just there as a fan, he shouldn't have been allowed in that space, right? You've been at URL events, right?
right,
There's
yeah, yeah,
a there's a backstage, then there's a where the where the battle is
for the
kicking
battlers,
area.
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Civilians don't get to go back there, right?
right.
Roger
I mean,
was too
I be in those areas. You know what I mean?
Roger
Not to
was
brag.
too
I
close
be in
to
those
it.
areas.
Even the beer can thing, I'm saying it was a gimmick because I got a different set of eyes. And even when he locked up with Roger, he said, "You're not gonna sell it." So somebody was coaching him to sell the beer can hit. All that's on the audio.
That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe,
That was
or maybe someone
obviously
gave Psycho bad info. Maybe because the other guy said he's not a worker. He's not a worker.
I'm
So
saying
it's like,
it's all bad communication.
all of
That's
it
why I said
was.
from the
Yeah,
beginning, everybody's responsible. But see, then Stu even said to Roger, all this is on video. I saw you back here, we working. You came up to me with the cameras. I thought we were filming something. All this is in his apology. And that's the whole thing we skipped too. That apology, I think, smoothed it out. But that guy in the cowboy hat put the battery back in Roger's back. And in the guy's video, they talk about him too.
yeah, and he's a
Think,
bozo. He a bozo too.
yeah, he was the one who said, "Get
I'm
your
not
shit
even gonna
in."
lie.
the street guy.
That's
I
the
didn't know
guy.
that it was the guy in the cowboy
Okay,
hat that put the battery in Roger's back. That's even more pussy.
That's the
To
guy who
first, to first
Roger
do that
came with
pussy.
him.
The guy in a cowboy hat was the guy who convinced you. That's wild pussy, bro.
Yeah, Roger
Wild
came
pussy.
with him, and then that's what because they apologized and told it's like 5 different clips of them smoothing it out, shaking
Yeah,
hands. Roger saying, "I'm okay now, I'm cool." That should
I
have been it.
finally did see one because in the chat. Remember, I was like, I haven't even seen it
But then
on my next
on the
break. I
way to
seen
the
it.
ring, the guy said, "Get your shit in, do what you need to do, and if they have a problem with it, I'll run and take care of them myself." That was what got this thing back going. On top of him sitting there stewing, watching his dad call him a bitch and the fake crash out. It's just so much, bro. I think
Not
they
good.
calmed it down, then it got re-escalated. And we know how that goes. We've had our own instances with that. So yeah, bro, it just was a bad thing. I think it was squashed, then it got reignited. And
yeah,
those guys who put the video out said they think that's the reason why he brung Roger to that event because he wanted Roger to do his dirty work.
yeah,
They really gave it up in that video.
yeah. They said they exposed a lot.
Yeah,
Please, yo, shoot a link or something to that video
it's
after.
in our
That's
chat.
crazy.
Yeah, I put it in our chat.
Got 500,000 views.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said they feel he really brung Roger there to do something. Not exactly this, but Roger was like a hired gun, bro. And he got used and played and didn't even know it.
yeah, and then
On
it didn't
top of
help that
his
the
pop
chat.
situation, on top of him having an incident like a week ago at the boardwalk, Roger, on top of some other stuff with him and his pop, like, and that's why I said I saw Rampage's statement before I saw the video because Rampage was trying to get ahead of it. That's what made me say, yo, what happened?
Mm.
Then when he got kicked off kick for being in the chat and they feel instigating it, it's that okay. Then he mentioned the concussion thing because of it's just a lot of Murphy's Law. What can go wrong can and will go wrong. This was just a bad storm, bro. It's the terrible storm. And like I said, yes, from the beginning, yeah, maybe Stu shouldn't have did it. But once we piece it up and we apologize and we're calm and we're cool, that should have been in
I
there.
do
That
agree
shit,
that
man.
should have
Yeah,
ended, or you should have
But
said it there. I'm getting my receipt, or I'm getting my get back, my lick back, whatever. What you gonna do?
I mean,
You know
and
what
even
I'm
if
saying?
he was still aggravated after they shook it up and shook hands and all that, he should have left.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm backstage at the event and the Sandman hit me with a beer can, I'm like, yo, somebody got that on film? Like, but that goes to show you, like Roger didn't know where
He's
he
not a wrestling guy.
was. He's not a wrestling fan. He can't know much about wrestling. You can't because that wasn't if that was a receipt, that was one of them big ass Circuit City receipts that they used to give you. Like, it was bad, bro. It was bad, and you said we all have moments where we can lose our cool. That, but you don't lose it like
That's
that,
beyond.
bro. That's kind of like when
That's
when
beyond.
when you're watching the murder documentary show and they say the victim was stabbed 48 times. That's a
Yeah,
crime of passion. They must have knew this is overkill. And overkill is a crime. Like you can't. That's the law. Like if I slap you and you shoot me, that's a imbalance, right? That's
Yeah, right,
that's
right,
the
right.
law. But it's just bad having a wrestling ring. I don't like what Mark Henry said. I mean, shout out to Mark Henry, he's a legend.
yeah,
But
same.
I don't like what he said at all.
I think didn't RVD say something crazy too about that?
RVD said something and it was kind of worded weird, but then he came back and said, "No, this is what I meant." But we know
Uh,
RVD been since the '80s, so but it's just bad, bro. It's just a bad thing, and that guy Stu, his life has changed
yeah,
Forever, forever.
ever.
Not for the good.
And here's the thing: we live in an age where they say he has no recollection of this, right? But I
yeah. He
guarantee
doesn't
you, when
remember
he
what happened.
logs into the internet, he's going to see it. You can't escape it. You can't escape nothing these days because it lives on the internet forever. That's the
Mhm.
unfortunate side of this. Because guess what? He's a war veteran who got into wrestling to deal with his PTSD and get back social with people. Imagine how that feels now, or what that could trigger when he goes online and he sees this every time.
For the rest
That's
of his life.
yeah, Roger
I'm
Roger Roger Jackson threw his life away and his career away.
That's the saddest part to me. Well,
And,
I'm not saying saddest because we got to still see the outcome of Psycho Stu. Because again, we
and,
want him to make a full recovery. Because anything less is like, damn, man,
and the other
25
thing,
he's
years
already a bad.
old and you threw your life away.
that bothered me was when I think when his dad had called him about it, and they were like, "Yo, he's like still flatline. He's not responsive." This dude's response was, "My bad." What?
It's the approval, bro. Like I said, I don't know their relationship, but they have had their own incidents that have been public. They've seen things. It's just no excuse for it, bro. Like some people love their parents and hate their parents, and their word is the law. Like their word is law, no matter how you feel. And I don't know the relationship, but it's bad, bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull up something now to see what the latest and
No,
greatest
yo,
is. But
watch the video with those guys, HP, and I think your whole opinion on this because those guys, I think those were the few people that were like stand-up guys, and they
Yeah,
said they're not going back because one of them said wrestling is a thing where you're supposed to protect me. If y'all let this happen in the ring, nobody here is to help or protect nobody. I seen this for a fact. Again, working with a wrestling company and promotion, your job, your safety is dependent on the people in that ring and around you. And it was like, because he said, I got scars in my head from chair shots. He said, now it makes me think whether they ever was trying to protect me or they really trying to hurt me. So now you got all these people thinking about these things and incidences, and that's going, and it's better for them to remove themselves than go back there. Then we have something else that we hear about because, and then Rikishi's name is on this. So
bro, they cut that WWE. See, this is bad for a lot of people, and it sucks too because again, when you're in a wrestling company, those guys work hard, bro. They don't get a lot of money. They're not. celebrities walking around. They literally, like, people talk about they work hard for money. Wrestlers really do. And I'm pretty sure they were ecstatic when they found out they were part of the WWID program, because that's hope, right? That's like, oh my God, we were closer to the big time. And then somebody that's not even a part of the company takes it under.
Well, Bianca Belair said, "You don't even go here."
That's one of the most. That's another thing that I feel bad for people for too. Just, what I'm saying, and not to switch subjects. Like, I don't want nobody to feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because for this dude Dallas Cash next week, Wednesday Night Wars. You know what I'm saying? It's our battle, and no one's gonna feel bad for what's gonna happen to that man. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Talk,
Um,
talk.
so I look forward to it. You know what I'm saying? I just had to cut segment. I don't know why. I see my little notes
Tomorrow
over here. That's
night,
why.
if you are new to this channel or true to this channel, Wednesday Night Wars is something we do every Wednesday. It's gonna be war for real because we have a face off. Because next week we have actual live battles on here. You saw DNA on here. If you don't know who DNA is and you're new to this channel, DNA he's done work with ESPN, NBA, NFL, Power, Raising Canaan. He's an actor, writer, and
Yeah,
he's one
man.
of the best battle rappers in the absolute world.
History.
He's a legend in his field. The most viewed battle rapper ever is part of this podcast, and we having
Where you go?
He's blacked
No,
out.
now that's some heel. Now that's some heel work, bro. My man said we had the most and tapped out. He ain't tap out, but damn.
Oh, now he did now.
Hey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But as to what the greatest healing podcast wrestling was just talking about, tomorrow night, face off between Moose, aka Dennis Legendary. You seen him in the chat. He's Team Click, baby. You know what I'm saying? I seen all my Click members. You see their names in green. You know what it is. So it's Vinny, Mike McCullough. You know what I'm saying? You see their names. He's going head to head. Pause. He's going.
ain't
He's
no
battling in
pause.
the
It's
main
war,
event.
baby.
He's battling Z the Dropout. You saw Z here earlier tonight. Z is also a battler. You may have seen him on the trenches card in the tournament. You may remember him from the URL as URL Jesus, so to speak, the Charlie Clips joint. And then in the undercard, Dallas Cash. You may recognize that name. King of the Dot veteran. You know what I'm saying? Been in tournaments. RBE veteran. I Battle League. He's been around. Battling, making his debut, the undisputed podcast champion. And you're going to see why next week.
New Jersey's finest.
New Jersey's finest, baby. Yours truly, you know what I'm saying, King HP. And I look forward to this, you know what I'm saying. I rise to all occasions. You will find out, you know what I'm saying.
And you might be wondering why they battling on a wrestling podcast, because this is a battling and wrestling podcast. And for the wrestling fans, if you're new to this, we have talked to everybody, interviews. Go check out our interviews. Everybody from Bret Hart to Marty Jannetty, Kane, Mankind, Booker T, Rikishi, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam. Who else, man? Current stars, Trick Williams, Paige, Soraya. Who am I missing, man? D'Lo
I mean,
Brown, The Godfather,
Marty, you said Marty Jannetty,
Eric
Sandman.
Bischoff, Vince Russo. Like we've talked to everybody. We got a few people that we still trying to get, but check out our interviews and our hot tags. We hot tags with say Booker T, Kurt Angle. Just go check it out. Plus we got original content. We got a show called They Got Us. When did you realize Kane and Undertaker wasn't real brothers? Oh, maybe you didn't know, because they got us. HP does a deep dive called Near Fall, where he talk about the
About to
people who
start that
got
back up,
that
too.
close and they didn't get it. Plus, we have a double up. What is a double up? We take one wrestler, their characters. First double up we ever did was Razor Ramon versus Scott Hall, and we talk about the pros and cons and decide which character was best. So we have a lot of wrestling content on this page, plus live. We go live during every WWE main event, and when things happen, like this whole Raja Rampage thing. So subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so you don't miss it. Just had to let you know, we don't just do battle rap, we do wrestling. This wrestling channel. So check out the interviews, check out the content, and if you want to be part of the Wednesday Night Wars, where we actually bring our viewers up, we have a draft. If you a member, you in the draft and you come on, you talk, and we go to war. It's the Wednesday night wars, but it's gonna be extra special tomorrow because we got the face off, and extra special next week because we got the battle. Z the dropout versus Moose and King HP making his debut versus Dallas Cash. And we have a lot of good time, man. This is After Our Podcast. Y'all got anything else, guys? Y'all want to keep this train going? Touch Raw real quick. I don't know. It's on y'all. We had
I
to talk this
yeah.
Roger Rampage thing, man. It's because it's the hottest thing in the world. It's going to keep developing because it's blowing up. And as long as he's not been
We're
arrested
still awaiting
or
charges.
detained, it's going to keep growing and blowing. Pause. And yeah, so it just sucks. It just sucks. It sucks for wrestling. It sucks for Roger. It sucks for Psycho Stu. It sucks for everybody who, like HP said, we in the WWEID system now. Not no more.
Yeah,
It sucks for
not no more.
Rikishi because his name's on this. It sucks for his business because now they're exposing more things that have happened in his organization. It's where there's smoke,
That's
there's
another thing
fire.
too. That all any skeletons you may have,
It
all
sucks
of
for
it's all gonna
Rampage.
come out.
There's gonna be things that come out about him and his son's relationship we didn't know. It
Yeah,
sucks for everybody involved. It sucks for the little girl that was screaming, crying in the crowd. They addressed that. The wrestler said,
yeah,
I felt the worst for this little girl who came to see us. So yeah, it just and then the internet's gonna have a field day with it. You have people who stand on both sides of this. You can stand where you stand. I'm not here to convince nobody. We just here to give our thoughts and opinions on it. And you can give yours freely because we have one of the best, dopest chats on the internet. You can say what you
Er,
say. You can feel how you feel. And if you're a member, we put you up on the screen and let you tell the world how you feel. But you got to be a member to do that. But yeah, this is the Attitude Era Podcast. Like I said, we the coolest pod on the internet with the coolest chat. Shout out to all the day ones. Y'all know who y'all are. The Horsemen 97 who are not in the building. I don't know where they at, but shout out to the clique who's always in the building.
Click is always in the building. We're gonna be in full force next week and the week after. I promise.
Yeah, so subscribe to the channel if you really like wrestling. Like I said, we have everybody. Like I said, from I named them all. You know what I'm saying? I named them all. It's too many. It's too many people to name, but we have them all. And we've done events, Wale Mania, it's battle, rap, it's WrestleMania. After our podcast is there. Survivor Series, we were just there. Gamaj knows everybody in the business. So, he be places I didn't even know this was happening. And Gamaj, everybody, he's met everybody, bro. Like he's that guy. He was just at Sierra's album release party. Then I saw him with Jada Kiss. Then I saw him with Jade Cargill. I seen Maria Ripley like 8 times. I'm like,
Yeah,
Buddy Murphy gonna
I
see
remember when
you.
Cody.
Buddy
I
Murphy gonna
remember when
see you.
Cody
You with
autographed
Buddy
his belt.
Murphy, girl, a little too much, Gamaj. And you know what? When Buddy Murphy jump on you, I'ma jump in. Cause you know what I'm saying? That
Hey,
we
come on. Hey, I got you, brother. We done met in real life. I got you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
ain't got to worry
so
about it. If you get beat up, we get beat up. That's how this go. That's what my mama said. You better come
and
home looking like you.
as for me, I do music. The Archie Carter streaming everything everywhere. I rap in English and Japanese. I do my nerdcore music thing, working on tons of projects. Follow me. And if you into the movies and Marvels and comics and the sci-fi, if you into any of that, King HP got his own channel called the Hall Preezy Universe. For those who are new to the channel, every Sunday he goes live. Been doing it for over a year now, recapping his favorite show. Is called From. You might not heard of it. Check it out and join the conversation. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but all my Walking Dead fans, he's doing
Yeah,
From versus The Walking Dead because he loves the
that's gonna be
fantasy
crazy.
book. That's his thing, and that's gonna be crazy. So every Sunday at 9 p.m., I believe, he goes live with his very talented and beautiful co-host D the Machine. She
The
holds it
machine.
down. And yeah, man. So we got a bunch of talented guys on here. Z the Dropouts getting ready for his battle next week, but he gonna be on here tomorrow. DNA, hey, if you've been paying attention to the internet and seeing where DNA has been popping up at, then you may or may not know what DNA may or may not be up to. But
That's
yeah,
what's
we
going.
got very talented cast, very cool. Cool. Let me hit the chat real quick, see what they're talking about before we get up out of here. Oh man, see, first thing I see is SCB. Shout out to SCB First Lady. I know I stood you up today. We got some things we working on. One of the dopest content creators out there. real dope Twitch channel, Twitch partner. So if you into, gaming and wrestling, check out what SCB has going on and what we got going on. So follow me at the Archie Carter and check out everything we got going on, because this is just one thing we do. We all got our hands in a bunch of different other things, but we all come back here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to do this Attitude Era podcast thing. Gamaj, anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm just anticipating tomorrow.
Ooh, yo, when
Who you
Gamaj is
showing?
excited, it's a big deal. Yeah, yeah. And look, face offs tomorrow.
Who?
HP, you got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, just tap in. That I look forward to meeting Mr. Cash, Mr. Dallas Cash, and then
Ooh.
after it's wars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not coming to disappoint.
Vinny,
The
nobody
Heartbreak Kid
else hit me up
lays
about the
down for
fantasy football.
nobody.
It was just me and Mike. Nobody was interested in the fantasy football. I couldn't get the numbers that I needed. So if you got a league you want to invite me to, I'm down. Mike, same thing applies. We didn't hit the number we wanted to hit to get it going. But I'm still open to do that. And like I said, check me out on all streaming platforms, the Archie Carter. Look, we gotta go because Gamaj, he gotta go call Rhea Ripley. While Buddy Murphy at the gym. And HP got to go find his finest of do rags because tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. We going at 8:30 tomorrow?
I want to say it's 9:30 or 10, man.
Okay, so we
Z
might be
said
on a little delay tomorrow, but listen, hit the notification button so you don't miss it. Real simple. That's the simplest solution to this problem because we got to get everybody involved on the same page tomorrow for the face off for the Wednesday night war battle that's happening next week. But tomorrow is going down, 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 like Nelly said. And again, I'm the Archie Carter. You hope you have a good week. Hope this week is good to you and good for you. Unfortunately, we had to come on here and have this conversation, but it went well. Nope, nobody got cussed out. Nope, nobody might got muted. We good. We good. So hey, we made it. We did our thing. So shout out to you for tuning in. Shout out to the chat. Attitude Era Podcast. We see y'all tomorrow, 8:30-ish. But guess what? Hit that notification button so you don't miss it. Because you're not gonna want to miss this. So shout out to
no.
all the new eyes on the channel and the old eyes. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We out. Peace.